I have a box and a coffee. Greetings, the Astro 30 here, and as I said, I have a box. No, it's not a kitchen appliance or anything, even though it says kitchen warehouse on the outside of the box. And I've already gone ahead and cut the tape open to make it a little bit easier, but this is going to be basically an unbox video to start with. But I've had this sitting around for a couple of days now because I was working on other things. I've actually got a few other projects coming up that I've got sitting around waiting to be done. But for now, we're going to open this box and see what's in it. One thing I love doing is crawling around on the floor at my age. Okay. Perfectico Italiano. I have no idea why that's even there. But, my favourite substance. Oh yes. Oh yes, I'm going to have fun playing with that shortly. Now we have a package with more bubble wrap and another package with more bubble wrap and basically an empty box now. So put that to the side. Let's have a look at this. I already know what these are, but you don't. Well, you probably do by the title. More bubble wrap to play with. A speaker with a nice bass reflex port with a cardboard tube in it. These are a Sony model SS-CNE5 and their rated impedance is 6 ohms, which is interesting. And they come with a short 1.5 metre lead on them. So that's the first one. And this is obviously going to be the second one because it's a pair. Now, I bought these off of eBay. Now, it was actually an eBay auction. The seller had an opening bid of $1. The minimum bid to bid down on it was $5. And you had to pay $19.95, I think it was, in postage if you weren't going to go and pick them up. So I went to do a bid and eBay told me, no other bidders, why not just buy it and make it your own? So I did. So basically I paid $5 for these, plus the postage, but the postage was worth it. These are quite a fair size. These are just like bookshelf speakers, nothing real too fancy. Yeah, and the fronts do come off. They're only just sort of like clipped in. And, well, apart from a bit of dust on the driver, they do look quite good. Tweeter, which I think is a real tweeter, and a 100mm bass driver in it. So it's mainly basically a full range or mid-range speaker. There's plenty of dust in there though. There's just one problem. If I ever wanted to get into this, I can't because there's no screws. So everything's all sort of like glued in. This surround would come off to reveal screws underneath, but I could end up breaking the plastic, so I'm not going to. I was going to actually pop the driver out, see what type of crossover network we had in here. It's probably just a simple bypass capacitor, filter capacitor, that's it. Nothing too fancy, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook it up to my BTL amplifier kit and see how well they sound. However, before I do that, I might just measure the impedance with my meter, just to see what the actual impedance is. Yeah, 6.4 ohms, so it is pretty close to 6 ohm. And so this is going to be the first real test of my bench power supply. I haven't actually used it apart from sticking it across a resistor. So It'll be very interesting to see how well this power supply actually really performs. That's the negative on the speaker. Now, if you remember in a previous video, this BTL amplifier prefers 8 ohm loads, but I don't think 6 is going to be that big of a deal to it. Okay, so I need to connect an input, move my coffee out of the way. So, where's the other lead? They're both yellow, that'd be right. Okay, now, let's power up the supply, and I'm going to set the voltage, to around 12 volts should do. I was originally testing it on 9 volts, so there we are, 12.3, power it up. I heard the speaker go thump. Yeah, it's not, the board's not earthed, so it's going to make a bit of noise. So for now, turn the light off. Hook up an audio source. Okay, got the jack plugged in now to the computer's headphone out, so the output will be a bit noisy. Flux capacitor fluxing, voltage still set at 12.3, load off. So this is the first speaker. I'll just turn the load on. Now there's no noise when I increase the volume. Seems to be working. I'm getting about 30 odd mA current draw. Bass wise, yeah, it's a little weak. Okay, so that's the first speaker. Now I'm going to hook up the second one. Okay, second speaker hooked up. Now I'm just going to play the same piece of music again. All that popping you can hear in the background is just the audio output of the computer. But the output of the power supply's ripple is pretty clean. Okay, so I'm actually quite impressed with the sound that it is making. I mean, it's pretty mediocre, I must admit. But for bookshelf speakers, what do you really expect? So, what am I going to use these for? Well, I'm going to use them in another project later, which you'll see in another video. But for now, they're going to, once I clean the crap off the back of the desk there, they'll sit at the back of the desk on either corner, and they'll make a great pair of test speakers. So anyway, I'm the Astro 30. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to rate, comment and subscribe below, and you can always follow me on Facebook and Twitter. The links are in the description as usual. Anyway, this is the Astro 30 saying, see ya, have a great day. Now I've got a load of crap to clean up, but bubble wrap.